Hello everyone, Rurikhan here, bringing you one of those episodes where I kind of talk to you guys about stuff that's been going on my life, projects, and all that kinds of good stuff. And I'm once again renaming this particular show. It started out as the Rurikhan Show, then I changed it to Khan's Gamecast because I wanted to post it up on iTunes and whatnot. Lately I have not been doing that. I have not been posting it on iTunes. Quite simply because it is a major hassle to do it, and it doesn't even, I don't even see any particular benefit from it, so I just don't know. But anyways, I'm going to be changing the name of it yet again, and hopefully this will be the very last time I will do it, and from now on it's going to be called Kast. Which was still a name that I had a little bit in doubt because it almost sounds like Comcast, but it's from now on I'm just going to call it Concast with a K, double K. So it's Concast, 2 Ks, and hopefully that will be the last of it. Because the thing about Khan's Gamecast, it didn't roll off the tongue as well as Concast. You know, I mean, Rurikhan Show didn't roll off the tongue either, but Concast, I think might get it. We will see if it gets it or not. I mean, hopefully I won't have to change the name again. I just keep changing the name of this thing and just putting it on the Rurikhan Show on YouTube, and that's the way things have been going. So yeah, what has been happening lately? I have not had a lot of time to record something like this, which is the reason why it hasn't happened. I've also been thinking about a lot of stuff that I wanted to do with this particular format. And it's just hard, you know, because with all the other videos I'm making and a lot of stuff that I got to do to take care of my health right now, it's just time has not been my friend. And with exams and a whole bunch of events that I have happening throughout this week, it's just been ridiculous. Today is the 23rd of October, and I believe I will be releasing this video on the 25th. So hopefully you guys are watching this on Thursday. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, you guys are watching this on Thursday, the 25th, because I'm going to go away for the weekend, and I had to record a lot of videos to make sure that you guys still have content ongoing throughout the weekend. Because I just need a little bit of a break. I mean, this stuff is killing me right now with all the health and all the events I have upcoming, with just real life stuff that's happening, and keeping up with recording video games, and even just having a little bit of fun is just getting a little bit overwhelming for me right now, which is kind of one of the reasons why my parents kind of forced me to leave my house for this particular weekend. So I'll probably leave on Thursday and return on Monday or something, or leave on Friday. It's gonna be something like that, which is why I've been real busy organizing all kinds of videos to leave for you guys. But anyways, before we actually get into the show itself, let's give out a couple of shout outs here. The first shout out goes to Another One. I don't really know your real name. I just got this message on my email indicating that you had donated Dota 2 for me, which was awesome. Thank you very much. Another One. Also another shout out for Ken Wong. He donated to the cause. Barry Lane also donated to the cause, and Preda Allen also donated to the cause. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong there, Preda. I'm pretty sure the other names I nailed them down, but Preda's from Romania, so I'm pretty sure his name's gonna have like some weird accent going in there. So yeah. Also regarding Another One, I've never played Dota 2, so I'm gonna have to check it out, see what that is all about. I mean, obviously it is a LOL type game, a Dota game. So let's name them as they are. A Dota game in the Source engine, I believe. So I'm gonna be checking that out. Thank you very much for donating that. And yeah, that's pretty much the shout outs we had to give on this edition of Khan's Cast. Next up, we have a couple of topics that I want to address with you guys, and I wanted to go through these fast because I actually have somewhere to go today, and I don't have a whole lot of time. So let's hope we can go through these fairly quickly. So the first one is that I was thinking about making daily vlogs. And daily vlogs, what do I mean by daily vlogs? It's just in a separate channel, mind you, not this particular channel, because I think this would just flood the channel too much. I want to try to avoid putting out more than 2, maybe 3 videos daily tops. I mean, we had that one time where I posted like 10 videos of that thing I did on the live stream because multiple people requested it. That was the only reason I did it, because that is usually not something I want to do. I want to give you guys, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 videos a day tops, because I mean, I think people should diversify what they watch on YouTube and not just watch this one person all the time. You should diversify, watch videos from multiple individuals. There's a lot of interesting personalities on YouTube. So I don't want to overwhelm people. I want to give people a chance to watch all the videos that I'm making. So this whole daily vlogs thing would have to be a separate channel. It's just a project that I've been thinking about. And in order for me to do this whole daily vlog thing, well, for one, you guys got to be interested in it, because otherwise there's just no point. And 2, these would be like fully unedited videos. Like I would record them from a flip cam that I have, and they would be straight uploaded to YouTube as is. And it would just be like, I don't know, daily thoughts, because I always have stuff that I want to say on video, but it's not really appropriated to gaming. I mean, sometimes it relates to gaming in certain ways, but it's just like me just expressing myself directly to a camera, and no editing whatsoever, because I honestly do not have the time to do any more editing than the one I'm doing right now. Like for instance, yesterday I spent like, I don't know, a good deal, like let me think about it. I think it was like 4 hours recording and another 4 hours editing. I mean, that's just 8 hours straight up. I was working until friggin' 3 in the morning. So yeah, it's it hasn't been easy. So that's just the project I had in mind. I'm gonna leave 2 comments below this video. One saying that yes, I am interested in you doing this daily vlogs thing on a separate channel, or no, I am not interested, don't do it. A lot of people are already doing that kind of stuff. So there's going to be 2 comments beneath the video, and I would ask you guys to like the comment that you guys feel is your opinion. It's kind of like a vote thing, because currently I don't have a polls thing on my website, and I think it will be more efficient if I ask you guys through YouTube. So look for the 2 comments. They should be like directly below the video. Look for those 2 comments and cast your votes. Just please don't like both comments, because that would be pointless. The whole idea is to get feedback from you guys so that I can better entertain you. And if you're sabotaging the votes, I mean, you're sabotaging the entertainment that will be reaching your YouTube inbox, so to speak. So yeah, that was a project that I was thinking about. Now, the other thing is, several people have been asking me about this. As a matter of fact, you guys are probably watching it on the background. The background footage should be World of Warcraft, if I haven't deleted it yet. The background footage should be World of Warcraft, and a lot of people have been asking me, oh my god, Rurikhan, Mists of Pandaria is out. Are you going to be coming back to World of Warcraft? And the answer is, I am sad to say no. I mean, I am just not into that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, recently I had the opportunity to play some more World of Warcraft, simply because, I mean, you guys know that my girlfriend used to play World of Warcraft with me. Well, ever since I stopped playing World of Warcraft, consequently, she stopped as well, because at the time she did not have enough time to play World of Warcraft. And recently I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get her World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2. You know, I gave her the choice. Look, I'm gonna buy you a game. I'm either gonna buy you Guild Wars 2 or I'm gonna buy you World of Warcraft. And she chose World of Warcraft. Like, I already suspected she was gonna choose World of Warcraft. So I bought her World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria. I reactivated her account with the help of QuickENL, if you guys remember him. Because he sent me like an invite type thing, and then I activated her account and got 7 free days. You guys know the drill. And I activated her account, and apparently with the whole thing of my friend sending her an invite, I could create a level 80 character in her account. So I was like, you know, maybe I'll check to see how things are. Maybe I'll create a level 80 warrior and do a couple of dungeons, see how things are. But I mean, I have to admit it to you guys. The footage you're watching is from those dungeons that I was running now. Those dungeons aren't new content yet. That's old content from Cataclysm, because obviously the character's level 80. I would have to level him up to level 85 and whatever. Because I'm not going to activate the account. I'm not going to activate my own account because I have no intentions of really playing it regularly. And it just seems silly to play like $15 or however much it is a month for something that you're not going to be doing on a regular basis. So if I was to play a character in her account, that would be something I could live with, which is why I tried leveling up this level 80 warrior, but it just wasn't working for me. I just got bored like 2 instances in, and I just gave up. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't go back. Because here's the thing, while I really enjoyed the time that I've spent in World of Warcraft, it was amazing, I loved it, I do not regret anything, because a lot of players, they quit World of Warcraft and they're all about like, oh my god, the time I've wasted and all this thing. I do not regret a single thing about the time I spent in World of Warcraft. It was amazing, I got a lot of good experiences out of it, and I think I got out right around the time that it was becoming kind of a job with the whole raids thing and whatever. And because here's the thing, to me in World of Warcraft, the pinnacle of raiding in World of Warcraft was Old War. And why would I say this? Because in Old War you had the non-binary hard modes, and I love that because it's like you go into the instance once, you clear it, and you're done. You know, that was the thing I loved about it. It's like you go there once, that's it. But after Old War, they come up with this whole bullshit about heroic modes, non-heroic modes, and it's like you have to clear the same instance 4 times. And people were doing that for the longest time. And I realized that now it's like you can only really clear an instance 2 times or something. I don't know exactly what the system is right now, but I remember that when I was still playing, I was still clearing the same instance twice, and it was just, it was too much. It's overwhelming when you have to do the exact same thing over and over and over again, and all in the same week. I mean, it's like, okay, let's kill these 4 bosses now, let's put it on heroic, let's kill these 4 bosses. That was too much. I got tired of it, and I realized that it's just maybe I'm not that hardcore into it anymore, or whatever the hell happened, but it's just I went back into the whole thing with level 80, tried doing a couple of instances, and I just started realizing it's like it's just not my thing anymore. You know, I'm into other things now. And while I don't regret all the time I've spent in World of Warcraft, there is something that I do regret, which is the fact that I played it to the exclusion of almost everything else. And I can never do that again, because I cannot, right now in my head, I cannot set myself around just one game for all eternity, because I'm enjoying all these different games. I mean, Dark Souls, Shadow of the Colossus, I mean, a whole bunch of other stuff, XCOM, Guild Wars 2. We're going to be addressing some of that further ahead, actually. So, yeah. That's pretty much it regarding World of Warcraft. I just wanted to give you guys, all of you guys who are asking throughout my videos, oh my god, Mr. Pandaria's out, are you going to be coming back? The answer is no. Sorry if I disappoint you. It's just not my thing anymore, and I hope you can understand and live with that. I mean, I even wanted to go back just to kind of give you guys, you longtime followers of mine, you know, to give you guys that whole old school thing. But I mean, you guys are just gonna have to settle for the background video, which is probably not even that good tanking skills that I'm showing in that particular video, because it's just been a long ass time since I tanked, and I had to spend like, I don't know, an hour doing my UI just to get it the way I liked it, and it was just, there's just so much stuff in World of Warcraft, but it's not for me anymore. Anyways, now that we're done with that, let's talk a little bit about Dark Souls here. Dark Souls, still the staple series in my channel, the series that you guys seem to enjoy the most. Yesterday on the 22nd of October, I recorded the last episode of the Epic Name Bro Tribute Run. It is going to be 32 episodes, so you guys are probably, I don't know which episode you guys are going to be watching at the time that this video comes out, because I still haven't made the mental math. But today I uploaded episode 28, which is actually going to be going online in a couple of hours. But I mean, it's been online for a couple of days by the time you guys see this video. And that Epic Name Bro tribute run was really good. It allowed me to experience a side of the game that I had not experienced before, the whole dexterity. I mean, I experienced the dexterity, but the whole thing about dodging more, parrying more, it really develops your skill. Just like kind of I feel that ENB is also kind of learning some new stuff with the heavy armor currently on his playthrough. I know it's been a blast. And something that I would really like to do eventually, but I mean, it's going to be hard because he's in Japan and all that. I've even messaged him on Twitter about it. Like, I would like to do a co-op run with him, like a full co-op run. That would be awesome. I mean, I've tried doing a co-op run with Vex, but for some reason we can never connect. I mean, we're going to be trying again sometime soon here, but I don't know if it's going to be possible. But it would be awesome to just do like a full co-op run or as much co-op as you could possibly do. And particularly if it was with ENB, it would be great because he could record and then you guys could get like 2 points of view, like my point of view, his point of view of as we're doing stuff. And I think that would be a lot of fun, but I'm just not sure it's going to be possible, like I said, because of his schedule. He also has his teacher work and all that stuff, so it's just not easy to plan out something like that. It would be quite the ambitious project. Also, I'm not exactly sure what my next playthrough is going to be. Currently, my main thing is I want to do a couple of highlights on a couple of builds that I thought about once I'm done uploading the Epic Name Bro tribute run episodes. I want to do. I want to show you guys a couple of builds that I worked out and that I've been fooling around with because I think they're fun builds. I think you guys will like fooling around with that. So that's probably going to be a couple of the next videos that you will be seeing in Dark Souls, probably highlights of builds and whatnot. And obviously, if there's something in particular in Dark Souls that you want to see, I mean, apart from playthroughs without shields, because all you guys ask me to is play without a shield, but I love shields. I mean, I love shield slamming. I love everything about shields. You guys cannot deny me a shield. That is just not fair, but a lot of people want to suggest builds to me like, play without a shield, play without a shield. Oh, it's just, it kills me because it's just not my thing. I mean, you guys already know, I already went way outside my comfort zone in the ENB playthrough. As a matter of fact, I think there's going to be a surprise in the last video that you guys are going to enjoy. But I've already went way outside my comfort zone with that, and you guys even want me to play without a shield. This is not my thing, guys. That's the whole deal with that. But anyways, more Dark Souls content to come once the ENB playthrough is done, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Now, something else that I've tried recently, you guys might have noticed, is I re-uploaded episode 18 of Dragon's Dogma, which is the one episode that got me the whole third content match with Capcom and all that bullcrap. And apparently they don't have an issue with it anymore, and I thought they wouldn't have an issue with it because I have been seeing Dragon's Dogma videos going up like friggin' candy. So I don't know. So I'm trying to reboot that series currently. I've made 2 episodes, 19 and 20. I'm not exactly sure if they've been uploaded by the time you see this video or not, because I still have to plan out the content. Because like I said, this week is just really complicated for me. I've had the health exams, I've had several events like birthdays and stuff like that. What the hell is going on out there? Jesus Christ, I can't leave my window open, all this crap, ambulances and stuff. But there's like birthdays, and there's like the fact that I'm going to be leaving for, there's a ton of stuff happening this week, so forgive me if I look like absent-minded. Also still the whole sleeping thing, just too much happening for me at the same time right now. But like I was saying, I'm going to try to reboot Dragon's Dogma. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it or not. It all depends upon you guys, your feedback, the amount of views the series gets, the amount of likes, all that kind of stuff. You guys already know how that works. So if you like it, share it with your friends, all that kinds of good stuff. That would be awesome. If you don't like it, make sure you dislike it and leave me feedback. Like, I don't actually remember his name. I should have pointed it down, but someone recently has been leaving a couple of negative comments on my videos. But I mean negative as in criticism comments, not really like just insulting me and stuff. Some good criticism comments, which I really appreciate it, because it's really useful for me if you dislike a video, if you leave it in the comments an opinion of why you don't like it. So just saying, that's really useful for me to know that kind of stuff. And I'm shaking my camera all over the place because I keep moving my hands on the table. Sorry about that. But anyways, that is it regarding Dragon's Dogma. We're going to be trying to reboot that. Leave me your feedback if you like this series, if you don't like this series, and why. Another series you guys have been really enjoying, and I'm glad you are, because I was scared it wouldn't get a good reception because it's a really old game, is Shadow of the Colossus. And let me just tell you, I had never played that game, and it takes a lot to really surprise me, especially when you're talking about older games. It takes a lot to really surprise me, and Shadow of the Colossus just swept me off my feet. I mean, that game is art. If there ever was a game, because a lot of people always have that discussion, can video games be considered an art form? If there ever was a game to better answer that question, it's Shadow of the Colossus. That game is just pure art. I mean, it is. You look you look at the camera work, you look at the animation work, you look at the overall vibe and feel that you get from playing that game. I mean, just imagine what that team could do with current technology. Because that game is like, what, 10 years old? 8 years old? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I know this 10 years old is probably overdoing it. Not exactly sure, but the game is pretty old, and it's from the PS2 days. And it's just amazing what they did with it. That game is just phenomenal, and there's just not an amount of... there's not an amount of compliments that you can give that game that really make it justice. It is really a unique experience. There's no other way to describe it. I love that game. Love playing that game. Love recording that game. I love every single bit of that game. And that is definitely going to become a staple series right alongside Dark Souls, because I've heard that also has a challenge mode that you can go to after. And that is something that we are going to be covering all the way, baby, because that game is awesome, and I just don't get tired of it. So, for you guys that have been really asking for more Shadow of the Colossus, don't worry, I'm going to be focusing more on that in the coming times, because of something that I'm going to be addressing in a couple of minutes. But just let me tell you, I'm going to be addressing that particular game. I'm going to be making more and more content on that particular game. You can trust me on that. Next up, I wanted to talk about some recent releases and even some not so recent releases, but stuff that I've been interested in lately. A lot of you guys have been asking me about XCOM and Dishonored. So here's the thing, Dishonored, not really my thing. I'm not into Dishonored at all. I mean, I didn't even try it, but I've seen people play it, I've seen my friends play it, I've really watched them, the stuff that you can do within the game, and it's just not my kind of game. Not at all. And I realize that a lot of people are into that kind of stuff. Not me. Not at all. And most likely I never will be. It's again, it's just not my kind of game. So Dishonored is, to me, completely off the table. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. However, another recent one that came out, XCOM Enemy Unknown. Now that game really got my attention, because, I mean, I don't usually play a lot of turn-based games, and mostly when I do, it's usually based off of Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of stuff. You know, fantasy-oriented, and, you know, you guys know that the whole fantasy-themed RPGs is kind of my thing. So I tried out XCOM, I tried out the demo, and I was really like, oh, I can see a lot of possibilities with this game, with all the kind of stuff that you can do, and build structures, and develop this way, and develop that way, and a lot of random encounters. I liked it, and so I actually got in touch with Vex Trinity because he bought the game, and I asked him what his opinion was, and he was talking to me about all this kind of stuff that you could do, and it just started piquing my interest. So I started looking around for prices and good deals, and I actually went through Vex Trinity, and he bought it for me in his currency, because if I was to buy it in euros, it would be 40 euros, but I gave him the money in euros, like 35 euros or something, and he converted it into pounds. And once you convert it to pounds and you purchased it through England's currency, what ended up happening was I bought it like for 28 or 29 euros, something like that. So it was like 11 euros cheaper. So it's like, God, this whole thing about gaming prices, it's like you're haggling, and I hate haggling for prices, and it's just like, seriously, the gaming industry needs to get some kind of a standard so that we don't have to go halfway across the world or whatever to get the best deals, because that really annoys the crap out of me. But anyways, I got a really good price on it through Vextrinity. He got it for me, which was awesome. So I've been playing some XCOM. As a matter of fact, probably a video already went up on the channel that you guys can check up, which really expresses how the game works and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So yeah, I've gotten into XCOM in a big way. I really love that game. And if you guys want to see more of XCOM, be sure to go watch that video and leave me feedback indicating that you guys want to see more of XCOM, because I'm not opposed to putting more XCOM in there. Also, something that I've made a video a while ago, and I never really got to making the second video, even though I should have, and I probably will, is Chivalry, because I really enjoyed the crap out of Chivalry. It's just with all the other videos that I'm doing, stuff gets backlogged, and sometimes it takes me a while to get back into a game that I really enjoyed. And Chivalry is definitely something I enjoyed. Like, you know, you've got the whole Mountain Blade Warband, you got War of the Roses, and you got Chivalry, and it's just like if I had to pick one out of all of those, it would be Chivalry, just because of the brutal combat, beheading people. You get a really sense of impact, which is something important for me, because you guys know, kind of like in Dark Souls, when you get when you do the swings and you can really almost feel the weight of your weapon, you kind of get the same feeling when you're playing Chivalry, which is something that I really like. You get to really feel the impact of the blows. It's not just like swing and whatever, and the animation work is just awesome. So Chivalry is definitely something I'm going to be getting into, and I'm going to be I'm probably going to be making a couple of more videos on that. So it's just right now I don't have the time with all the other projects I'm working on. But yeah, Chivalry will definitely be making a return to the channel at some point. It's just a matter of me getting around to do it. Also, another game that I got to beta test was Ravaged, and Ravaged, I have to say, was not really my thing, which is kind of the reason why I did not make a video on it. I actually did make a video on it, but I had some problems and ended up not doing the video at all. I had some problems with the audio recording when I was doing that video, because I was testing out some things and it did not go well, and I just ended up not doing a video about it. But Ravaged is not really my thing. But if you guys want to know what Ravaged is all about, I mean, there's plenty of videos out there of other people doing, like I believe Sidestrafe has a video on it, so you might want to check his channel if you want to see something about Ravaged. And Ravaged, if I had to describe it, I would say it is a Mad Max themed battlefield, kinda. That's pretty much what it is. You have the whole Mad Max vehicles, you have the Mad Max setting, and you have to go and steal fuel. You have several game modes, but it's pretty much like a Battlefield first-person shooter with vehicles with a Mad Max theme. It's pretty much it. It seemed pretty good when I played it. It's just not something that I usually would get into, so I eventually ended up not really making a video for it. Something else that I was interested in, but unfortunately I'm going to put that in really way back in the backlog, because it kind of threw me off, which was this game called Of Orcs and Men. I saw some cinematics about it and it looked really cool, but then I saw a video of someone actually showing the combat, and the combat, I mean, it's this kind of turn-based thing, and that kind of turned me off, because, I mean, I know that I just spoke about another turn-based game, which is XCOM, but XCOM is turn-based and highly tactical, like you manage this whole squadron of people. Whereas of Orcs and Men, it's turn-based, but you only have like 1 or 2 characters or something, and I don't know, I just kind of like the combat of it kind of threw me off a little bit, and yeah, I ended up not really paying too much attention to it anymore, but eventually I might get into that if I see that is something I could get into, because right now I have so many other projects that it's just like, oh, it's got this thing that I really don't like that much, let's just forget about it. Also, I'm not a big fan of the orc models in there, because they're really big, brutish orcs and stuff, which is cool, but I mean, I think that the modeling could have been a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I'm not explaining myself all that well right now, because just so much stuff going through my head. But yeah, Of Orcs and Men is definitely going to be on the back burner for times to come. Something that I might do a video about in a bit here in the channel might also be Starhawk, because it's a game I told you guys I was interested in, and recently they gave it away through PlayStation Plus, because you guys know that I have a PlayStation Plus subscription. They gave it away to PlayStation Plus, but only the single player, which I thought was kind of weird. Kind of ticked me off a little bit. It's like, oh, here's the single player of this game. I don't like when people start shipping off games like, okay, we're going to sell this bit of the game, then we're going to sell this bit of the game, and then this bit. I mean, I realize that some people get behind it, like, I want to pay for the game as I am playing, but to me, I'm not a fan of that. I'm just that old school kind of guy. I want to buy a game and like get a full experience. That's the way I like purchasing stuff. I don't like, oh, you need to buy this game, now I need to buy this little piece, now I need to buy this little piece. Not into that stuff. I'm into the whole package deal. Just like, give me this game and give me everything. That's it. Give it to me. I'll pay $60 once, and I want the full game, the full experience. No fucking, oh, you get this special thing if you pre-order, get this special thing from the DLC, you get that. Ticks me off in a way you cannot imagine. And again, I realize that as times evolve, that's something that's going to be happening. They're going to be splintering off games in all different kind of ways, but again, it's just not my thing. But Starhawk might be making an appearance in the channel soon. It's probably going to be single player since I don't have the multiplayer. And I might show you guys what that's all about if you guys are interested in it. Okay, now it's time to talk about some bad things. And I left the bad things towards the end, which now thinking back might have not been such a good idea. I mean, you want to start with the bad and end on a good note. But, I mean, now that it's done, and I guess I have to deal with it. But anyways, now I want to talk about Darksiders 2. So Darksiders 2, I've been making a tremendous effort to try and get you guys involved and try and see what you guys like and don't like. And I realize that there's a lot of you that actually do like it and watch it and all that kinds of good stuff. But there's also a lot of you that don't really care for it, and I have to kind of cater to the majority here if I really want to make a living out of this. And unfortunately, Darksiders 2 is not pulling its own weight for the workload that it is giving me. Like the 3 last episodes, I kid you not if I tell you that I've spent over 10 hours working on them. It's not an exaggeration. I spent 10 hours working on those last 3 episodes, and all put together, they barely go above, I don't think they even go above 1,500 views, which is just like 10 hours of work, 1.5 thousand views. Not really working out. So I'm going to be putting that series on hiatus for now. Not really sure if we're ever going to be getting back into it, but it's definitely going to be on a hiatus for now. If at any point in time the whole series picks up, I might go back to it. Like, I saved the save game. I saved it just so in case I want to go back to it, because I want to play the game as well. I want to finish the game. I love that game. I understand that if people don't want to watch it, that's fine, but I love that game, and I'm going to finish that game the same way I finished the first one. I love it, and I'm going to keep on playing it. So it's like, if I'm not recording it, I put the save file away so that I can pick it back up if I ever want to. But for now, it's going on a hiatus, and I'm just going to be playing it by my lonesome. Yeah, that's what's going to be happening with Darksiders 2. Next, I want to talk about Borderlands 2. That is also going on a hiatus. It is definitely more successful than Darksiders 2, but it is still not getting the same attention as something like Dark Souls and Shadow of the Colossus are getting, which is a little bit disappointing. And Darksiders 2 requires a little bit more effort because I have to also get Vex in. I have to set the sound just right. It just takes a lot more effort to edit something like that, because it's a dual commentary, and I just pour myself onto those projects, and then I just see that it's again not getting the kind of attention that I'm expecting. I need to manage my time. I just can't, like, I realize that a lot of you guys are like, oh, but I watch it and it's amazing. I realize that, but you also have to realize that it's like, I have to pour myself into these projects. I have to spend a lot of time editing, recording, doing all these things, and rendering, then uploading, and there's just so much work around all the projects that I'm doing that it's like, if I see that a project is not working out as much as I would expect it to, I have to cut it down, and maybe we'll get back to it later. So Darksiders 2 and Borderlands 2 are going on a hiatus, and that is going to give me more time to dedicate to Shadow of the Colossus and possibly Dragon's Dogma. Not exactly sure if Dragon's Dogma is going to make it either. I'm just trying to reboot the series. It's going to be up to you guys if it makes it through or not. But basically that will free up time for me to work on other games that you guys might be interested in. So that's what's going to happen with that. Also something that, again, seems to be happening with my channel, and I've been mentioning this 1,000 times. I just thought I'd mention it again just in case someone has any idea why this happens. Maybe a fellow YouTuber watches this and can answer me on what the hell am I doing wrong. But in all honesty, I believe that YouTube analytics are basically screwing me over. I'm not even talking about... I'm not even talking about Social Blade anymore. I'm talking straight up about YouTube analytics and the fact that it just doesn't seem to be reflecting the stuff that I'm like. I'll go into my video manager, and I can look at the views of my latest videos, and I look at that stuff every day, like looking at them update and whatnot, and see how much has changed and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just talking about the latest videos. Not even talking about, like, you know, videos from God knows how many months ago, because those are getting views as well, and it all gets added up. And then I go into analytics, and the numbers I'm watching on analytics are just not adding up to the video views that I'm watching on Video Manager. And I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, I've been trying to talk with my network manager. I've been trying to talk with friends. I've been trying to figure this stuff out, but I don't know what YouTube's doing, but basically it feels to me like I'm getting screwed. I'm not even kidding around here. I am seriously just getting screwed over like nobody's business. And I don't know why. I'm just wondering if this is happening to anyone else, like if you're actually controlling your views from your video manager, and then you go into the analytics and the analytics part of things, and you look at the views and stuff just doesn't add up. I'm curious to hear about it, because that's what's happening to me. So now that we've had those 3 bad notes, I'm going to end this with the instructions for the new Cons Q&A for Cons Cast, because currently my website is not as friendly for comments as it used to be, because I changed the way things are, and I will eventually be posting up some forums on the website. I just need the time to do it, and right now it's all about making more and more videos and keeping the channel going. So I just hadn't had a lot of time to look into that, but I will eventually put some PHPBB forums in there so that you guys can go there and have some discussions about stuff. But in the meantime, what I really want to do is I want to set a clear line of communication for Cons Q&A, so that when I do another Cons cast, it's easier for you guys to ask your questions, and I can feature them in the show and then answering them. And I would like to ask you guys to do that stuff through Twitter. And you guys might ask, oh, why Twitter? Why not Facebook? Because Twitter limits you to 140 characters, which kind of makes you guys kind of go straight to the point, as opposed to writing down huge walls of text, which I will then have to read over. And it just used to get really overwhelming to answer those really, really long questions. So I think Twitter would be a really good medium for you guys to send me your questions. I mean, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Rurikhan. And you could send me your questions there, and all you have to do is tag them with hashtag KQA. It should be somewhere written in the monitor, hopefully. But hashtag KQA, and I will look those over when I'm making the next conscast, and answer them, hopefully. And I am tired as all hell. So anyways, this has been the first episode of Cast. I don't know how many episodes of all the other names that I've done, but yeah, that's going to be the name for now. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. As usual, leave me your feedback, your likes, your dislikes, and all that kinds of good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one.